An audacious salt-sprinkling gesture transformed Nusret Gökçe from an obscure Turkish butcher into Salt Bae, a global internet icon who captivated the world. His upscale restaurants in New York, London, and Dubai were once fully booked, hosting superstars like Leonardo DiCaprio and David Beckham, serving gold-plated steaks costing thousands of dollars. But that dazzling fame faded as quickly as it emerged. From the peak of glory, Salt Bae is now mocked as a fame chaser, banned from major events like the World Cup and Champions League, and watching his restaurant empire crumble with empty dining rooms and a slew of lawsuits. Even the extravagant dishes once hailed as symbols of luxury are now derided as blatant scams on review platforms. What led the Salt King to destroy his own kingdom? Was it an inflated ego, insatiable greed? Let's uncover the shocking scandals to reveal the stunning truth behind Salt Bae's downfall. Nusret Gökçe was born in a small Turkish village called Pashalu under challenging circumstances, with his father, a miner, unable to fully support the family. Dropping out of school at 13, Nusret worked at a butcher shop in Istanbul, laboring 13 hours a day to master the food industry. In 2007, with a $3,400 loan, he traveled the world to refine his expertise in meat and hospitality. By 2010, he opened his first steakhouse in Istanbul with just 8 tables, but it swiftly attracted the elite, including billionaire Ferit Şahenk, whose investment fueled expansion into the Middle East. By 2016, Nusret was a thriving entrepreneur. The turning point came on the 7th of January 2017, when a 10-second video of him stylishly sprinkling salt went viral, transforming him into Salt Bae, a global internet phenomenon. This nickname propelled him to fame, leading to luxurious restaurants in New York, London, Dubai, Miami, and Los Angeles, boasting extravagant menus: $100 burgers, $1,800 gold-plated steaks, and even $10 Red Bulls. Customers flocked to witness the salt-sprinkling performance and share it on social media, drawing stars like Leonardo DiCaprio and David Beckham, turning the Salt Bae brand into a multi-million-dollar empire. However, Salt Bae's stardom quickly faded amid a series of relentless scandals, exposing his irresponsibility and inflated ego. The peak of his downfall occurred on the 18th of December 2022 at the FIFA World Cup final in Qatar, where Argentina defeated France in a historic penalty shootout. Moments after the final whistle, Salt Bae somehow infiltrated the pitch at Lusail Stadium, intruding on Argentina's sacred celebration. He pushed through the crowd of players, harassing Messi by attempting to grab his arm for a selfie. Viral footage showed Messi visibly irritated, dodging him twice before reluctantly posing for a photo, his body language radiating clear frustration. Salt Bae didn't stop there. He approached other players like Angel Di Maria, Lisandro Martinez, posing and filming as if he were part of the team. Worse still, Salt Bae seized the World Cup trophy, a 17.7 million, posing with it, kissing it, and even pretending to sprinkle salt on it while biting a player's medal.
Salt Bae. FIFA rules state that only World Cup winners and heads of state are allowed to touch the trophy during the closing ceremony, but that didn't seem to apply to a man made famous for seasoning steaks.
This is like, on your wedding day, you have some wedding crasher comments like, I want a picture with you, even though you want to celebrate with your people, right? Look, this is a big moment for the team. And then FIFA's investigating how this happened, what this happened. Well, guys, the calls are coming from inside the house because apparently this Salt Bae dude is really good friends with FIFA president, Gianni Infantino.
Per FIFA regulations, the trophy may only be touched or held by a select group, including former World Cup champions and heads of state. Salt Bae, an unrelated chef, accessing it was a serious breach. FIFA promptly launched an investigation into how Salt Bae gained pitch access, revealing he was escorted by FIFA staff member Nusret Gökçe, thanks to his close ties with FIFA president Gianni Infantino, who had visited his Dubai restaurant in 2021 and mimicked the salt-sprinkling gesture. FIFA stated, "Following a review, we are establishing how individuals gained unauthorized access to the pitch after the closing ceremony at Lusail Stadium. Appropriate internal action will be taken." As a result, Salt Bae was banned from all future FIFA events, including the 2026 World Cup, and removed from VIP guest lists. The repercussions extended further. The U.S. Open Cup barred him from its 2023 final, and the Rolling Loud LA 2023 Music Festival also banned him, deeming his behavior unacceptable. Salt Bae attempted to justify his actions in an interview.
This is the accident, my mistake. Before I don't know the rules. Now I know the rules.
So you agree it was a mistake?
I agree, it's my mistake. I understand, but somebody love it, somebody doesn't like, but doesn't matter. We must follow the rules. Next World Cup, I never touch the World Cup. I go to, of course, stadium, see the match, but I never touch again.
The fallout from the World Cup scandal lingered into 2025, when Salt before anyone else again displayed his thirst for fame at the UEFA Champions League final between PSG and Inter Milan at Allianz Arena, Munich. Viral footage showed him and his entourage being pushed back by security from an entrance and escorted aside in embarrassment. In the video, Salt Bae stood outside the gate, attempting to pose with fans while waiting for his car, but social media swiftly mocked him as a party crasher and a forgotten relic. He responded on Instagram, claiming, "We arrived at the hotel via UEFA bus. The reason we were there was because thousands of fans wanted to meet us. I just wanted to return their love and take photos." Due to the crowd, while waiting for our car back to the hotel, I turned my back at the gate and there was guidance from the security. He called accusations of being kicked out baseless, and neither UEFA nor PSG issued an official comment. This incident, combined with the FIFA ban, solidified Salt Bae's image as a controversial figure, excluded from major sporting events due to his reckless and disrespectful behavior, marking the collapse of the reputation he had meticulously built from that viral salt-sprinkling moment. Back in 2017, just months after becoming a sensation, Salt Bae sparked his first controversy by posting a tribute to Fidel Castro on Instagram shortly after the leader's death. The photo particularly enraged the Miami community, where he had just opened a steakhouse and where around 5,000,000 Cuban exiles who fled Castro's regime reside. One user vented, "I just called to cancel 2 reservations and told them how I feel about this Salt Bae guy and the photo he posted." Another commented, "The photo was posted days after Castro's death. How wonderful, what the f***? He should open a restaurant in Cuba and sprinkle salt there." The fierce backlash forced Salt Bae to delete the post, but his image took a significant hit in a key market. Less than a year later, in September 2018, Salt Bae stirred further controversy by hosting Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro for a lavish feast at his Istanbul restaurant. Amid Venezuela's food crisis, with 64% of the population losing an average of 11 kilograms, 24 pounds, due to starvation, the act was seen as grossly insensitive. An outraged Venezuelan stated, "I'm furious seeing my president eat a tomahawk steak while my family starves." Videos Salt Bae posted boasting about the feast fueled the fire, leading to protests outside his Miami restaurant. Senator Marco Rubio publicly criticized him, calling him a weird guy who entertained a dictator while 30% of Venezuelans ate only 1 meal a day. Though Salt Bae deleted the videos, he offered no apology, deepening his image as a fame chaser with little regard for ethics. In the same month, September 2018, a more severe scandal unfolded at his Istanbul restaurant when a fire performance meant to impress diners went horribly wrong.
Oh my God! Ah! Ay yandı! Oh my God!
The flames spiraled out of control, injuring 4 tourists, including Czech model and YouTuber Tinus Tresnikovar, who suffered third-degree burns over 35% of her body. The incident left her hospitalized for months, with scars still visible on her Instagram to this day. A later report revealed the restaurant destroyed evidence related to the incident, and Tinus received no compensation. Instead, Salt before anyone else paid $230,000 to 4 employees who sued him for taking 3% of their tips and firing them after they confronted him. These employees described him as a tyrant with a dictatorial attitude, even comparing him to Tony Montana from Scarface. A former employee at his London restaurant said, "It's glamorous on the outside, but rotten on the inside," while another likened the work environment to the Hunger Games, where staff never knew if they'd be fired during their shift. The story of Salt Bae serves as a profound lesson on the fragility of fame and the consequences of letting ego and greed overshadow ethics. Viral fame can be a rare opportunity, but it can just as easily become a curse if not managed properly. Salt Bae lost the trust of customers and employees by prioritizing spectacle over substance, from subpar dishes to a toxic work environment. The scandals, particularly his behavior at the World Cup and Champions League, exposed his lack of sensitivity and social responsibility. The use of counterfeit meat and exorbitant service fees further revealed a profit-driven disregard for ethics. Building a brand solely on a viral moment without focusing on core values such as food quality, customer service, or fair treatment of employees is a short-term strategy. When customers realized they were paying for flash rather than quality, and when employees exposed a culture of exploitation, Salt Bae's empire could not stand. Last-minute price cuts, as he attempted in London, were a desperate effort but insufficient to salvage a brand that had lost credibility. The lesson here is that lasting fame must be built on authenticity, quality, and responsibility, not just glitz and media gimmicks. From a humble butcher in a small village, Nusret Gökçe rose to global icon status thanks to a viral moment. But Salt Bae's downfall proves that fleeting fame can vanish quickly when driven by greed and ego. His restaurants, once fully booked with months-long waiting lists, now face a steep decline from 7 locations in the U.S. to just 2, the London restaurant losing 50% of its profits, and bookings in Greece dropping from 600 to 200 daily. The famed burger restaurant in New York, known for its $99 gold-dusted milkshake, also shuttered in 2023, marking another bitter failure. His social media growth, once his primary engine, has hit its lowest point since 2017, with only 3,000,000 new followers per month. Once likened to a children's idol, Salt Bae is now merely the embarrassing salt guy. His story is a cautionary tale that, in the digital age, stardom may shine brightly, but can just as easily fade without humility, responsibility, and genuine value.